My name is Kirk Lakeman. I live in North Georgia and Dawsonville, Georgia, and have been working on the route for the BDRX in the Chattahoochee National Forest. I think the South is outstanding in terms of adventure riding opportunities. We have these wonderful national forests, wide open spaces. It's just a great region to ride.
My name is Louise Powers and I live in Kentucky. I am a BMW Motorrad brand expert, which means I work closely with the dealers and the brand to pretty much support and grow the ADV riding community. I'm here on a 1300 GS and I'm going to go put it to the test in northern Georgia.
My name is Jess Hofer and I'm most recently from Colorado. I competed in the GS Trophy USA qualifier and I actually made the Team USA for GS Trophy 2024. There's just so much to see and so much to experience and the amazing things that you can see on the BDR.
My name is Tim James. I serve BDR as board president and creative director. I just recently relocated down here in the South, and being so close to the route, it will definitely be my go-to when I need a quick BDR fix. Plus, it'll make it super easy for me to do something I really enjoy, connecting with BDR riders along our routes.
The Chattahoochee BDR-X is a 350-mile loop with the best adventure and dual sport riding in the North Georgia mountains. The route crisscrosses the Appalachian Trail several times along graded forest roads, primitive two-track, numerous water crossings with rugged hill climbs and scenic backcountry pavement, all under the dense canopy of the Chattahoochee National Forest. The route is divided into 3 sections, making it perfect for a long weekend ride, and there are abundant lodging and camping opportunities throughout. The best riding season for the Chattahoochee BDR-X is from April to December, depending on weather and seasonal closures.
Kirk Lakeman is now our newest board member. You know, we're really appreciative of all the work he's done on this route and other routes that he's working on. So it was great to actually get to do this expedition with him. He knows North Georgia like the back of his hand.
I am so excited to be sharing this route with our team. The weather's going to be a little wet and we're going to have a blast regardless.
What a just bucolic landscape. You just disappear into the countryside. It's gorgeous.
Oh wow, this is beautiful. I'm gonna put my bike into Enduro Pro mode rather than road. Hey, there we go.
And that's what I'm like learning so far about this route. Pavement, gravel, dirt, pavement. Okay, gotta get proficient.
Well, it's nice to be able to switch the modes on the fly too, since we're doing so much of that.
The next 3 miles will be nice, chunky, rutted, muddy, wet, embedded rocks, loose rocks, with a little bit of incline.
So the only thing we're not going to have is sand.
No sand.
Okay, everything else. Expect everything else.
That's right. We're halfway up Old Bucktown and we've had a great time so far. Everybody's riding wonderfully despite the wet conditions.
Come prepared, come with your A game. This is a fun route.
I mean, this is just an incredible climb with lots of rocks and I made it through all those mud puddles so far. One of those, you control it, but you send it in a good way.
I felt the bike kick, which would have been fine, but there's a metal culvert right there as well. And so my rear wheel hit it and I just went flying towards this.
The important thing about this malfunction is the fact that we left the map of Georgia intact on the decal.
I wasn't wasn't smiling immediately after I went into the trees, but the moment my friends came over and said, hey, you good? The smile came right back. The adventure riding community is made up of some of the absolute best people, and I love how we all come together and work together.
That was gnarly. In like a good way, a fun way. There were some pretty good embedded rocks in there. You really got to choose your line. And with it being kind of slick and wet, your bike gets tossed around a bit, and man, that was just fun getting up here.
And we're at the crossing of the Nimble Gap Trail as well as the Appalachian Trail approach trail. It starts at Amicalola Falls and takes you all the way to Springer Mountain about 8 miles later on the approach trail. So most of the through hikers who are headed to Maine from Georgia would pass through this very spot. We're going to run into so many interesting people out here enjoying the National Forest. On foot, on mountain bike, in Jeeps, other adventure bikes, and it's just delightful to understand what their stories are and where they came from and where they're headed. They like to talk to us as well.
Hi, buddy. Oh my gosh, he is beautiful. Look at him raise his butt up. He totally does. He's like, I'm moving, so I have raised my suspension. When this turtle gets going, he gets up to about 20 kilometers an hour, which is fast for a turtle. And his suspension raises 1.25 inches almost. See, it's happening right now. When he comes to a stop later, as he's slowing down, he will lower back down to the ground. It's fascinating. I'm sure that it is where BMW got their idea.
This is Forest Service Road 58. Rich and I camped in our Sprinter van here, and he's down at the campsite. There's a lot of mountain biking trails out here, and we've been doing that for a couple of months now, and it's just been so much fun.
Back in 1999, I went to ranger school, so probably not too many ridge lines down the road from here. Been certainly walked through a lot of these woods. Since I retired, kind of just took up this whole nomad thing. Found adventure biking, motorcycling, and making the best of it. Seeing all the things you can see and just getting back in nature, and those bikes take you places you never thought you ever see. And I'm super grateful for finding the sport.
They built this building in '91, and the Van Zants actually ran it. And they've owned the property since 1836. Got a few camping supplies, a little convenience store, a little bit of groceries. So we have homemade candles, we have locally made jams and jellies. And we got the only restrooms around out here.
So we just came up Old Rock Creek, and it had rained quite a bit yesterday. So this went from dry to a swamp fest. So the puddles were big and deep and wide. It was a lot of fun, right? Great job. Teamwork, and that's what it's all about on the BDR.
One of my favorite sections on our route is Old Rock Creek. It's well worth a stop and a walk down to the Swinging Bridge, which is a 270-foot long suspension bridge, the longest east of the Mississippi River.
We were able to do so many things like that. Really able to take in the whole area, and all of these sites are on this BDRX route.
All right, this is Army Ranger Training School. This is basically selection for the Rangers. Come here for a month, and they are hiking and rucking all through these mountains and hills.
It's called Camp Frank D. Merrill, and every single Army Ranger has been through this program. They parachute out of helicopters, they rappel in the dark of night down sheer rock walls. It's a tough phase of training. This is the overhang, actually. It's open to the public. It's a cafe and bar, and we highly recommend it. We love Grassy Gap on this route because it's another lightly maintained Forest Service road. It gets eroded, it has exposed rocks, we have mud. If it's wet, it can be a bit more challenging, but it's very remote and very indicative of what we have to offer here in the Chattahoochee Forest. Well, we're coming down to the end of the first day of riding, and we are finishing with Grassy Gap, and it was a lot of fun, I thought.
It was totally a choose your own adventure sort of thing with the lines, where you want to go, what ruts you want to not be in, what off camber you do want to go up.
It's been such a fantastic day of riding and hanging out with people and seeing like this beautiful scenery and these beautiful mountains. Woo! Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Wow.
Great day.
Awesome.
What a great day.
It turned out to be just the most perfect day, right?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It wasn't hot, the sun came out.
We're having some chicken breast, some burgers, a little bit of salad, and potato salad. We're gonna have a good dinner. Hope you're hungry.
We've got some asparagus that's gonna go on the grill. Margaritas, what else do we need?
This is helmet therapy. This is helmet time. This is such great scenery to really be on your own, in your mind, and touch back into nature and really get a good reset for your mind.
And there was something about riding this out here with my friends. It made me get out of my head like we do on our motorcycles, and it was really good to feel myself start taking in all the different terrain that was coming.
On the incline going up Duncan Ridge right now, dodging potholes and little mud slicks. Beautiful scenery here. Yeah, we like this. This is some proper BDR, if you ask me.
So we rode all the way from the Johnny Gap Highway 60 area. I'm peeling a banana, by the way. And we had a blast. I did, at least. I don't know how you feel.
Oh, that was some fun. You had a little bit of grip, a little bit of loose, some mud.
That was fun. That was a super fun road. All windy and like some bumpy stuff. Less mud than yesterday, so that was nice.
And it is a fabulous day. Great dirt, gravel, some challenges. Just a really great BDR road.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to do this. The stuff we had on the other side of this mountain was beautiful and curvy, and I think this is going to be a little more roller coaster.
It was a pleasure to ride with both these ladies. They're both professionals, they're both excellent riders, and they get along really well. They really embodied the spirit of BDR.
So we just pulled into Sunrise Grocery. It's a favorite of locals and people passing by. If you want non-ethanol gasoline, they have that. They have all kinds of fruits and vegetables straight off the vine. Some interesting snacks. It's just a wonderful, warm, unique place.
This is what you expect on a BDR. This is what you want to see. Like an authentic little store, roadside store that has all the local treats. I think we're gonna probably buy a lot of stuff right now.
This is an apple fritter. It's about the size of my head. It's excellent.
Buckeyes are even better. It's dark chocolate with peanut butter in it. I mean, come on.
Thick cut country ham.
Let's try Outtakes 2115.
We're the oldest store in Union County. We've been here since 1924. Yeah, that's our niche, is just trying to keep the money circle as small as possible. We use fresh peppers, fresh onions, fresh garlic, a local made hot sauce, a local made seasoning.
One of my favorite things about this particular route is the ability to stop in small businesses along the way and buy a few gallons of gas, buy a snack, have a conversation with the locals. Everyone is so friendly. They're so happy to see us.
People always like to talk to adventure riders. They see us out here in all this gear and all these motorcycles. We're all muddy and they're really interested in what we're doing. And so we'll stop by the side of the road and have some really nice conversations. Everyone's really friendly. What keeps recurring on this route is the tree canopy. You feel like you're always under a tree canopy and you're always in this tunnel of green.
Yeah.
God, it's just...
It's beautiful, and it actually helps keep the heat down a little bit.
Yeah.
It keeps the sun off of you. So that is really nice.
Yeah, and if you're used to like riding out west on BDRs and that constant sun, that exposure, this is just a nice treat.
All right, we're at the Chattahoochee River. We're technically in South Carolina because the Chattahoochee River forms the border between Georgia and South Carolina. So we're going to walk down this hill here. It's about, I don't know, quarter of a mile, a little bit of a hike, and we'll arrive at Bull Sluice Rapid, which is a Class 5 rapid. And the Chattahoochee River is also, importantly, the site for the filming of the movie Deliverance from the 70s. So Burt Reynolds and John Voight,
Yep.
Ned Beatty, and all those guys were right here.
I'm going to pull over right here on the left so that we can be seen. Yeah. We came up here because this felt a little safer to stop. So we were out here putting rain gear on and we heard puppies crying, and we tried to be able to grab them. They are very hungry. They are very sweet. We are getting in touch with the Humane Society. We have the GPS coordinates of exactly where we are, and we are going to have them come out and get them. So if you are in this county, it looks like you could actually maybe adopt, judging by their faces and their paws, adorable Mastiff puppies.
So we decided, for the sake of time, given the lateness of the day, given the weather, given the puppy situation, that it's probably best to just simply get on Hale Ridge and continue on. But we're on the track now. We're having a good time despite the rain. Everything's going well.
You know, I didn't know everything about all the new technology, and Louise has dialed me in and dialed my motorcycle in, suspension and a couple other settings that were really important. And it's dialed. I'm happy.
Awesome.
I'm ready for the next BDR.
I love it. I love it. Well done.
Awesome. unfortunate mishap on day one. Louise kind of tipped over and destroyed her windscreen. So for the last 2 days, she's been riding without a windscreen. I did my best to be a good BDR partner here, and I took off my windscreen and I gave it to Louise today. Today's probably going to be the toughest of the weather days. So Louise, it's all yours.
You know, it has a whole set of really pretty stickers on, so I think I'm going to keep that windscreen and I'll just send him a new one.
This town was founded after the Revolutionary War by John Dillard. He fought for the forces in the Revolutionary War, and the U.S. government afterward awarded him the land here in North Georgia, which he utilized as the town. If you stay here and you're able, I will say that they have a nice family-style dinner, southern dinner, where it's all you can eat, and they keep bringing the fried chicken and fried catfish and hush puppies and macaroni and cheese and all the beige food.
Yeah, so you can see like the weather's pretty wet, and there seems to be an inevitability, which is that there's going to be a rain rut that's coming down. So it comes down from the far side of the road, cuts right across, and sometimes they're just little small rain ruts and you have a little bit of a stream going through, and sometimes they're pretty big. There are tons of these. We're just finding them like probably every 20 seconds.
We had the hardest rain of the 3-day ride today, so we decided to skip the alt-harder section on Popcorn Creek because it's been pouring. Everybody did great, and we're actually doing fine given the weather today, so we're going to keep riding in the rain.
This is the Tallulah River. We're going to a crossing here shortly, and it is pouring. These are some heavy raindrops. Lots to focus on here. This is the Tallulah River, and we just crossed, coming from all the way over there, all the way around, up through here. It was awesome.
It's an easy river crossing. It's shallow. The rocks move a little tiny bit, but they're pretty embedded, so it's actually a lot of fun once you get in there and you realize that it's like no problem.
You should see how funnily bouncing I was on that. It was swimming side to side. That was so fun. This is Georgia's version of a skate park. That is so cool. Woohoo! Gotta get the orange ones before Tim does. Whoop, have a chunk.
Oh, chunky chunks. Are those gummy bears?
Those are gummy bears.
Thank you, Jess.
You are welcome.
Gummy bears.
I love that you sacrifice your dryness for my well-being and my happiness.
It's the BDR way.
BDRs are all about good company, all about being out with your friends and enjoying that time together and really having this camaraderie with the people that you're with. We helped each other put rain gear on, we collaborated, picked up each other's bikes, we planned what we were gonna do next and took breaks when people needed to. There were so many things that we did together that we became family within 2 hours.
Wringing out my wet socks. It's not the boot's fault. I tucked my pants inside the boot, which created basically a nice funnel into the boot. And given that there's a dry star, it just collected the water.
We're just south of Hiawassee, Georgia, on the track. This is called Corbin Creek. We're still switching bikes, so I'm on this GS 1200, enjoying the magic carpet ride.
I am always learning, and I think having the mindset for this type of riding is really important. You're gonna have rough days, you're gonna have rough moments, but the overall experience is just something that you take home with you and cherish it.
We're near Brasstown Ball Peak, which is the highest peak in the state of Georgia at 4,700 feet. It's about a 2.5 mile scenic, twisty, paved ride off the route to arrive at this point. You do have to pay a fee to get into this parking lot. That includes, by the way, a shuttle ride up to the very tip top of the bald where you have a viewing tower.
Well, did y'all all enjoy your visit?
Yeah, great time.
Y'all have to come back when the seasons change.
This was a true BDR. This was just phenomenal riding. Every corner we went around, every turn we took, it was just fun. And I said that 1,000 times.
We saw things that we hadn't seen before. We saw so many friendly people and some unbelievable riding. When people finish up the Chattahoochee BDR-X, I hope that they come away wanting to come back someday and sample it again.
You do it together, and that sense of camaraderie and being able to get through difficult sections together, that's what makes a good adventure rider, a good BDR rider, and nobody had anything but a smile on their face. That's how good this route is.
It was such a confidence booster getting through the whole Chattahoochee, feeling so good at the end of it, and coming out the other side of that beautiful train trestle and being like, woohoo! Made it through.
Got a screw loose in your head.
Tell me something else. Is my lens foggy right now?
Oh, well, I'm glad your lens is foggy because it probably gives me that like filtered look.
I'm hot and humid.
Can't tell if the GoPro's on. Oh, I think it is. We are at Nimbleville Gap, right? Is that where we're at?
Wait, how's my hair? Because, you know, nobody gives a about my riding. They want to know what my hair looks like.
Yep.
That was her idea, I want you to know.
Hoochie Mama Day 1.
Hoochie Mama Day 1. Okay, so
I got some junk in that trunk.
I don't know what it is. Let me start off by, what road was this? And we just got off the Duncan Ridge Trail road. And we just got off the Duncan Trail.
You know what? I'm sorry. I gotta start that over. My microphone was unplugged.
I'm just relaxing here in the forest. It's lovely.
Okay, team, I want everybody to realize that we're in Georgia. They're not boiled peanuts, they're bald peanuts. Like B-A-L-D, bald peanuts.
No hair?
How's your drive going? Nice and dry in there?
Nice and dry. Yeah. Not too bad.
I'm back on the 701. This is Kirk speaking. In case you had any question about who has the southern accent on this ride.
Last question. What do you think of my outfit?
Well, brother, you know that I bought this for you, right? You know who your sugar daddy is.
That's right.
I'm looking for cougars on the way down.
Looking for what?
Cougars. The cat kind.
That's a wrap.